We continue now with this week's installment of Sun Devil Extra from the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. I'm Tim Healey, the radio play-by-play broadcaster for ASU Athletics. Glad you're with us this week. We are about a month away from the start of spring football practice here at Arizona State, at which time second-year ASU head football coach Kenny Dillingham and his staff will be preparing the Sun Devils for their first season as a member of the Big 12 Conference. Two members of the 2024 Sun Devil football squad have been kind enough to join us on the show this week. And up first, you'll meet a man who in his first season at ASU had 18 pass receptions, averaging better than a first down per reception, while also scoring one rushing touchdown and serving as a punt returner in 2023. He began his career at Nevada, where he caught 108 passes in 3 seasons with the Wolfpack. And then after 1 year at Colorado State, came to Arizona State. He is from Lancaster, California, and we are delighted to welcome Melquan Stovall to the show. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Why don't you start by giving us a sense, what's the daily routine like for you and your teammates in the time period from the end of the season in late November till the start of spring practice?
So to begin with, we have our 8 weeks of training and conditioning with Coach Joe and his staff. What we do is, we lift weights every day and we run. Some of those days we're conditioning, so it's definitely a good thing.
So it's not really an off season, is
Not at
it?
all. Not at all. Not at all.
But you're working with one of the best in Coach Joe Connolly, aren't you?
Most definitely. Yeah, he's gonna, expect a lot out of you, and if you're not gonna give it, he's gonna get it out of you somehow.
That's for sure. Now, certainly from a wins-loss perspective, wins and losses, year one of Coach Dillingham's tenure at Arizona State was a rough one with a 3-9 record. But it seems to me that so often in college sports, the first year of a coaching regime is all about establishing a culture, building a foundation for future success. So how would you summarize year one under Coach Dillingham a year ago?
Year one, it was a tough one, but I feel like as we progressed throughout the season, I feel like we got closer as a team, and we kind of establish who we wanted to be, for the future, and just working every day at practice, and just competing against each other and trying to get the best out of us. So I feel like we're definitely moving in the right direction.
You said establishing who you want to be. What do you think Coach Dillingham wants this program to be?
Just a team that's relentless, and a team that's eager to win, and just bring the hungriness to practice and in the games day in and day out.
It seems to me one of the best qualities I observed about your team last year was its competitiveness. The fact that there were some games where the scores were lopsided and you were on the business end of a beatdown, and yet in those games I always felt like your team continued to play hard right to the last whistle. Can you talk about that and where that mentality comes from?
Yeah, so there were games where, of course, we lost by a lot, but what you saw out there was a team that, refused to give up, continued to push through, and I feel like, we have more to give, so,
What are some of the things you learned from Coach Dillingham in year one? And in particular, I wanted to get your take as an offensive player about what we observed with the way he was able to creatively come up with offensive schemes to deal with the injuries that your team suffered during the year.
Most definitely. I learned a lot, from Coach Dillingham, throughout the season as we progressed. I thought I knew the game of football until, I met Coach Dillingham, and, he broke down the game for us, in ways I've never, been able to, learn it. So yeah. Definitely, you learn a lot from Coach Dillingham.
And now this year, you're going to get a chance to learn and work with another coach, as you have a new offensive coordinator, former UNLV head coach, and one-time Oregon offensive coordinator, Marcus Arroyo. Tell us about working with him.
Working with him is going to be amazing. Just watching his offense and things from the past. He does a lot of great things. And, I'm looking forward to, being able to go out every day and, learn from him.
What kind of offense can we expect to see in 2024 and beyond?
The type of offense we can see is a team that's, not afraid to, throw the ball deep. So definitely going to see.
Now, how did you feel about your season a year ago? I'm guessing as you look ahead to 2024, you're hoping to have an even greater role, but you were effective when you did get on the field.
Yes, sir. Just, doing whatever the team needs me to do. I pride myself in, playing special teams. So, that's where I'm at, I would love to, contribute in that aspect. And as far as on the offensive side, just do whatever they need me to do, and just be that guy.
And you do have experience in that realm. As we said, you caught over 100 balls in 3 years at Nevada. Do you think you can maybe increase your role there?
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. I feel like I, can take my role to the next level and, be the guy that, they can depend on. So, just working and, just being the guy to, try to lead, be more of a leader in the room.
Why don't you break down your wide receiver room, a group that is headed by one of the best pass catchers in the Pac-12. Elijah Badger has been all that in each of the last 2 seasons.
Most definitely. We have a lot of guys in our room that, can really play ball. So, Elijah Badger, he's just an excellent athlete. We have Xavier Guillory. We have a bunch of different guys in our room. So, Troy Murray, and the list goes on.
And one guy in particular, Jake Smith, he didn't get a chance to play last year, but as best I can tell, he'll be able to play this year. And he was a great high school player here in the Valley.
Most definitely. We're excited to, get Jake back this year. We're looking forward to seeing him last year, but, unfortunately things happen. So, he's definitely going to be a guy that, is a key factor in our offense this year.
What do you think makes Elijah Badger such a special talent as a pass catcher?
His just knowledge of the game, his quick twitch, and his athleticism. Like he's, second to none. Like he's amazing at what he does. So.
Now, last year, of course, you guys worked closely with the quarterback position, and toward the end of the season, it was, well, actually for the whole season, it was kind of a revolving door there because of injuries, so much so to the point that late in the year, Coach Dillingham was employing non-quarterbacks, guys like Cameron Scadaboo and former Sun Devil tight end Jalen Conyers to get snaps out of the backfield. What was that experience like for you as receivers?
The experience with that was definitely different, but it was amazing to see how he can come up with, certain things on the fly, so that was a testament to, how knowledgeable he is and, he's going to, put the best athletes in position. So.
But this year, you're looking to a quarterback room that will have a healthy and talented Jaden Rashada, veteran Trenton Bourget, and a talented newcomer in Michigan State transfer, Sam Levitt. Give me your take on the quarterback position heading into this season.
Yes, sir. The quarterback position, is going to be definitely a tough challenge. So, I feel like all of those guys can play ball. So, let the best man win.
Yep. Talk about your college journey, Melquan. I mean, it's been an extensive one. You 3 solid years at Nevada. You go to Colorado State for a year. What were some of the factors that led you to move on, enter the portal, and eventually come to Arizona State?
It was definitely, a tough decision for me, to leave my head coach and his staff, Coach Jay Norvell. But the factor that, led me here was, just trying to get in a position to, to be the best version of myself. And as far as, academic-wise, I'm working on my first master's degree, so I'll finish with that one this semester, and I'll start my second one in the summer. So
that's fantastic. What are your degrees in, and what are you studying?
So my first one is in organizational leadership, and then I'll get my second master's in cybersecurity.
Wow, that is awesome. And you and your teammates will have the privilege in 2024, I suppose, of being the members of ASU's first ever Big 12 conference team. What are your feelings, and what do you think are the feelings of your teammates about moving to the Big 12 this year?
I feel like everyone's excited. Big 12 is, one of the top conferences, so definitely looking forward to this year's schedule.
Indeed. It's the first year for the Sun Devils in the Big 12. They'll have 4 Big 12 home games, 5 on the road. It's going to be a new journey, but an exciting journey for Melquan Stovall and his Arizona State teammates. Melquan, thanks for joining us, bud. All the best to you this season.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
That's Sun Devil wide receiver Melquan Stovall, our guest here on Sun Devil Extra. Coming up, we will close out this week's show as we visit with one of Melquan's new Sun Devil teammates, as Sun Devil transferred defensive back Javen Robinson will join us. This is Sun Devil Extra from the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.